The most lethal weapons of the Wild West that you may not have known existed. Imagine yourself journeying through the Wild West, coming across armaments that appear to have been plucked from a science fiction story. These are weapons that remain largely obscure, yet have had a profound impact on one of the most chaotic periods in history. Get ready to discover unusual weaponry from the Wild West that you probably have never seen before. The Wild West is filled with legendary stories of twilight duels, bank robberies, and unyielding chases. Yet beneath these tales lies a fierce competition for advancements in weapon technology. Some of these developments are truly remarkable. Let us start with one of the most fascinating examples, the duck's foot pistol. This firearm, featuring up to 6 barrels that spread out in different directions, was perfectly designed for close-quarters combat, such as barroom brawls. It had the ability to fire multiple rounds simultaneously, ensuring that no opponent could escape its firepower. Its caliber ranged from 0.22 to 0.44, offering a wide array of ammunition, and it became particularly favored in urban environments. Notably, its design was inspired by European models, but was adapted by American gunsmiths to meet the needs of the Wild West. Ornamental versions were even displayed as status symbols. However, there is a drawback. While the duck's foot pistol was highly effective at short ranges, it was nearly useless against distant targets, limiting its use to very specific situations. And this is just the beginning. What comes next is even more astonishing. Imagine a weapon that combines a revolver with a shotgun shell. The Lomat Revolver represents a significant milestone in firearm innovation. Featuring a 9-shot cylinder, along with an extra barrel for firing a shotgun shell, this weapon offered remarkable versatility. It was officially used by Confederate officers during the Civil War and was seen as a mark of prestige due to its high cost. Nonetheless, the Lomat's substantial weight, around 1.5 kilograms, made it less suitable for prolonged combat scenarios. In famous battles such as Gettysburg, the weapon's use was considered strategic, even though it was impeded by its sluggish reloading features. Yet this was not the height of innovation. The subsequent weapon will astonish you. This lever-action pistol acted as a forerunner to the legendary Winchester rifles. Its design allowed for the discharge of several rounds without the necessity of reloading, promising to revolutionize warfare. The ammunition, referred to as rocket ball, showcased a pioneering design that incorporated gunpowder within the bullet, but its limited power proved inadequate against durable targets. Interestingly, it was one of the earliest firearms to utilize a repeating mechanism, paving the way for the iconic rifles that would later prevail in the Wild West. Today, the Volcanic Repeater is a coveted collector's item, revered for its contribution to the history of firearms. However, not every brilliant invention found success. Designed by Jonathan Browning, this weapon boasted an unconventional design with a harmonic-shaped magazine that necessitated manual adjustment after each shot. While it was groundbreaking for its era, it encountered problems with overheating and the risk of accidental discharges. Significantly, the weapon was often embellished with decorative engravings, increasing its worth despite its functional limitations. Its impact on the evolution of repeating firearms was considerable, establishing the foundation for more effective designs in the future. And do you think these are the only peculiar weapons from the Wild West? Get ready to discover a weapon that emerged from an unexpected origin. Despite its name, the Apache revolver had no direct connections to Native American tribes. It was, in fact, created in France and merged features of a revolver, brass knuckles, and a folding knife. This weapon gained popularity among urban gangs like the Les Apaches in Paris. In the Wild West, individuals seeking a versatile self-defense tool favored it. However, its limited range and lack of accuracy made it more appropriate for close-quarters combat rather than traditional shootouts. This weapon was notably compact, enabling it to be concealed within a standard jacket, which made it particularly advantageous for unexpected self-defense situations. But what if I informed you that there exists an even more ingenious weapon that is cleverly disguised? Enter the gun disguised as a peg leg. Indeed, the Legpeg Gun was a firearm skillfully integrated into a prosthetic leg, perfect for individuals who wish to remain discreet while still being armed. The clever aspect? In a critical moment, the user could detach the prosthetic leg to reveal the pistol, catching any adversary by surprise. However, despite its innovative design, this weapon was limited to a single shot and necessitated a slow reloading process. It was mainly used by travelers seeking protection in perilous areas. But there is more to uncover. The most unusual and deadly weapon on this list is saved for last. Stay tuned to learn more. The Cochran turret revolver represented an ambitious attempt to innovate revolver design. Instead of using a traditional rotating cylinder, it featured a vertically mounted cylinder, which meant that two barrels were consistently aimed at the shooter, a risk that most individuals would prefer to avoid. Despite its innovative approach, the complex design and difficult reloading process made it impractical. During its brief production run, it was showcased in public demonstrations to attract potential buyers, yet it never gained widespread acceptance. If you think you have seen everything, prepare to discover the weapon that aimed to transform fishermen into hunters of sea monsters. Although more commonly linked with maritime activities than the Wild West, this weapon was extensively utilized by hunters and fishermen along the American West Coast. Designed to capture large marine creatures, it was both efficient and relatively lightweight, allowing fishermen to handle their catches more safely. Its robust and functional design rendered it an indispensable tool for commercial fishing, with some modified versions even utilized in localized conflicts, taking advantage of their devastating effectiveness at close range. Not all weapons were crafted for practical purposes. Some, like the subsequent entry on our list, seem to draw inspiration from science fiction. This specific weapon fascinated observers with its 4 parallel barrels. Engineered for rapid firing, it was perfect for hunting and close-range self-defense. The alternating trigger mechanism allowed for precise shooting, although its weight of nearly 4 kilograms could render prolonged use exhausting. Certain special editions showcased intricate engravings on the barrels, turning them into sought-after collector's items for wealthy ranchers of the time. Modified versions were employed in localized skirmishes, capitalizing on their formidable impact at short distances. Imagine possessing a piece of advanced technology that fits in your pocket. Introducing the next weapon. The Derringer pistol, though compact, was astonishingly powerful. Fitted with 2 barrels and a .41 caliber, it became a preferred option among poker players and high society women seeking discreet protection. Weighing merely 310 grams, it was easily concealable, often hidden in shoes or inner pockets. Despite its limited 2-shot capacity, its simplicity and portability cemented its reputation as one of the most iconic weapons of the Wild West. Stay tuned as the concluding weapons on this list will end with a dramatic flourish. The Revolver, a revolver featuring a horizontal cylinder, posed challenges in handling. Famous for its unconventional design and the considerable difficulty of reloading, it remains a significant example of innovative endeavors in firearm design. Only a limited number of units were manufactured, rendering them rare artifacts within historical firearms collections. Now let us examine one of the most brilliant weapons ever created during the Wild West era. This repeating rifle revolutionized the landscape of its time with its innovative design and ability to fire 15 rounds before necessitating a reload. It was quick, reliable, and became an essential tool for survival in a demanding environment. Referred to as the rifle you load on Sunday and fire throughout the week, the Henry rifle was widely used by both hunters and law enforcement, and its influence is still apparent in modern firearms. The Wild West epitomized a domain of courage, challenges, and extraordinary ingenuity. The weapons showcased here were not simply defensive instruments. They were true innovations that played a significant role in shaping one of history's most fascinating periods. Each weapon carries remarkable narratives and ingenious solutions that could only emerge from the pioneering spirit of that era. Which of these weapons left the greatest impression on you? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments, and we eagerly anticipate our next journey into the past.